Your direct selling or network marketing income will never outgrow your mindset. This is an important one. Hello, lovelies, and welcome back for this week's podcast. This is part three of my new series, and there are three episodes. So this is the final episode of this little series. But don't worry, I will be back with another episode, another topic next week. But this is part three of this new series on how to make more money in your direct selling or network marketing business. So in episode one, we talked about building relationships and how trust is the foundation of sales. Know, like, and trust is so important. In episode two, we talked about using Facebook strategically instead of just randomly posting and hoping, because that's just like flinging spaghetti at the wall and hoping it sticks. And today we are talking about the piece that holds it all together, and that is your mindset. Because here is the honest truth. Your income will never outgrow your self-belief. You can know the right strategies, you can understand the importance of relationships, but if you don't believe you're capable, if you constantly doubt yourself, if you hold back because you're worried about what people will think, you will actually unconsciously limit your own growth. So today we're going to be talking about the connection between confidence and income, how stepping outside of your comfort zone changes everything, and why the women who grow are the ones who decide to grow. You excited? Let me know. Give us a thumbs up. Say hi down below. Let me know that you've actually had a listen to this week's podcast episode. So let's start with the first one: confidence and income connection. What is the connection between those two? So I want you to think about this for a moment. Have you ever typed out a post and then deleted it? Have you thought about going live, but then talked yourself out of it? Have you avoided following up because you didn't want to seem pushy, you didn't want to be that spammy pammy? Have you not reached out about the business because you were scared of rejection? I can't even say that word. I don't like that word. Rejection. Nobody likes rejection, right? But there's a way around it. So that's not a strategy problem. If you have either done any of those things or similar, that's not a strategy problem. That's actually a confidence gap. That is actually, like a lack of confidence in yourself and what you have to offer and what you do and how you do it, right? Because every time you shrink back, hesitate, or overthink, you're not just protecting yourself, you're actually limiting your income. Because growth in direct selling and network marketing, it requires visibility, right? People need to see you, they need to hear from you. It requires conversations. They need to hear from you. And it requires courage to show up. But confidence isn't something you're born with, but it can be built through action, right? So if you're sitting there going, I'm not confident, I really lack confidence, I want you to know that it is something that you can build, right? Through knowing what the right strategies are and having the support you need and then taking action. That's how you build your confidence so you can be more successful in your direct selling or network marketing business. Now, I want to show you or share with you some real examples from inside my BEEHIVE program. And I want to share these examples with you because this is where mindset becomes real. This is so that you can see what happens when you have the right strategies, you have the right support, and you take action, right? I want you to understand that this is absolutely possible for you too, just like it has been for these women that I'm going to share with you right now. Well, I'm going to share just a snippet of their story. So Jenny actually came to me initially because she wanted to grow her confidence. Growing a direct selling business for Jenny was actually more about growing her confidence than anything else. And what actually happened as she leaned into the trainings and the support and took action that she got based on being a Beehive program member is that Jenny actually ended up doubling her sales, and she actually ranked in the top three sellers with her company for 3 months straight. Now, this didn't happen because she suddenly became fearless. It has actually been a journey in growth for Jenny. It happened because she started showing up more consistently. She stopped overthinking. She trusted the process. She backed herself and she stepped outside her comfort zone, and her business has grown because of it. And I was smiling as I was talking there about Jenny not suddenly becoming fearless. Was just speaking with Jenny last week, and she was saying to me one of the mindset shifts that she's had that she's absolutely loving is she's no longer afraid to talk about her business on her personal profile. She has it set into professional mode, as you should if you want to be using your profile to help you build your direct selling or network marketing business. But when Jenny shared that with me last week, I just love that. I love that her mindset has shifted so much, and she'd recognized that shift had happened. She said to me, I am no longer afraid to talk about my business on my personal profile. Like, that's just absolute gold. I love that so much for her. It's just brilliant. I love what I do. I love seeing women succeed, and I love being in this position to actually help you succeed. Whether, at the moment you're just hanging out, listening to my podcast, or hanging out inside of my free Facebook group, whether you are already in my BEEHIVE membership program, or whether you're considering investing in yourself and joining my BEEHIVE membership program so I can give you that next level of support and training and information. Look, I just love it. At the end of the day, my mission is to help as many women in direct selling and network marketing to be as successful as they possibly can, because I know what a difference it makes. I spent 16 years in direct selling. I started out as a stay-at-home mum with 2 kids, then had a third. And I built a multi-million-dollar direct selling business, and I never would have imagined that any of that was possible, that I would have been able to achieve that when I first got into direct selling in 2006. And I spent 16 years in the field, in the industry. And I loved the difference it made. The confident business coach that you see today was born out of my time in direct selling and leaning in, getting the right strategies, getting the right support, and taking action to that extent that I built that multi-million-dollar direct selling business. And I want that for you. I want to see you win. That is my absolute mission. I went off on a bit of a tangent there, but look, I want you to know how passionate I am about seeing you succeed. All right, let's talk about another one of my fabulously amazing BEEHIVE program members. We're going to talk about Cindy. I love supporting Cindy. I loved seeing her growth and her wins. So I'm going to tell you about it. Cindy has grown enormously in confidence since she joined my program. She started showing up more, speaking up more, positioning herself differently, and reaching out more. And that through doing these things, she has built momentum. She continues to build momentum, and that confidence has translated directly into business growth. Cindy achieved the #1 spot in Australia and New Zealand for customer recruitment in 2025 with Amare. Like, oh my goodness me. And she said, I never would have believed that something like that would have been possible. But it was not only possible, it actually happened. And that was so exciting for her and for me, because I love seeing my ladies win. Then we've got Leanne. Leanne made a decision to stop playing small. She wanted more. She stepped outside of her comfort zone after coming to me and learning what the right Facebook strategies are and leaning into the support. And so she started showing up when it felt uncomfortable, and she leaned into those strategies instead of sitting on the sidelines, and that action has created growth. And not because it was easy, it wasn't, but because because she decided she was capable. She decided she was going to give this a go. She decided that she believed she could do this. And Leanne has consistently had her best month ever every month since joining my BEEHIVE membership program. What do I mean? If you're kind of going, huh? Best month ever every month. It means every month since she joined, the following month has been even better than the one before, right? And then the month after has been even better than the one before that. So it's been consistently going up and up and up, and it's absolutely brilliant. And these are just a few of the fabulous results that my BEEHIVE program members are achieving. And there have been so many success stories. And you know what? Every one of these women had moments of doubt. I've had plenty of doubts over the years, but the difference is that they acted anyway. And that's what changes things. And why do I share about my BEEHIVE program? Because it is the best place to be. And if you are in a position to invest in yourself and your business, you definitely want to reach out to me about the benefits and the support, and would my BEEHIVE program be a good fit for you? And I want you to do it because I know it's the best place to be. I know that if you decide to do it, show up, lean into the support, and take the actions, I know you are going to see a difference in your business, just like all of my other fabulous BEEHIVE program members over the years. So let's talk about why mindset changes everything. And here's what I have seen over and over again, not just in the women I coach, but in my own journey too. Your results are directly linked to the thoughts that you allow, the standards you set, and the action you're willing to take. If you're telling yourself, I'm annoying, I'm not good at sales, I'm not confident enough, or I'll try when I feel ready, you will hesitate, you will delay, and you will stay stuck. But when you shift to thinking and telling yourself, I am building a business, I am learning, I can handle discomfort, I'm going to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, one of my favorite sayings. Every action builds confidence. Your behavior changes, and when your behavior changes, when you start showing up more confidently and consistently, that increase in income is going to follow. Now, there are 3 mindset shifts that I am going to share with you today that you can start practicing immediately. If you don't have pen and paper handy, time to grab them. You can pause me while you grab them, right? I want you to remember these, right? What first one is, change it up from what if I fail to what if this works? Because fear will always present the worst case scenarios. What you need to do is train your brain to consider the best case scenario too. Second one, change from telling yourself I'm not ready to saying I will grow into this. Because I will tell you, no one feels ready before they grow. Confidence is a result of taking action, not waiting to feel ready. Okay, it makes such a difference. And when you recognize that, it really is powerful. Third thing, change from saying rejection is personal to rejection is data, right? No's are a natural part of any business, direct selling, network marketing, or any other business out there, right? Not everybody is going to buy from you. Not everybody is going to join your team. That's business. That's normal. But what you've got to remember is it's not about you. It's generally about timing, about the person not being ready for what you are offering. The women who succeed, they are not avoiding rejection. They are just normalizing it and understanding no is a normal part of any business, direct selling, network marketing, or any other type of business as well. I have got a challenge for you this week with a little bit of some action that you can take. Now, one of these actions, what I want you to do, I've got a couple of suggestions for you. And what I want you to do because I know that those of you listening to this will have varying levels of confidence, things that you do consistently, all of these sorts of things. So I want you to listen to these 4 suggestions, and I want you to choose one action that feels slightly uncomfortable, okay? Maybe it's going to be about going live in your Facebook customer group. Maybe it's going to be about sharing your story, or it could be following up confidently with someone, with reaching out to past customers, potential customers, etc. Or it could be reaching out and inviting someone to look at the business. Now, if these are things that you already do confidently, what I want you to do is think of a different action that maybe now you know and you can recognize it's something you don't do, that you know you should be doing, and you don't do it because you feel uncomfortable, right, about doing it. So I want you to do whatever that action is that you know you should be doing, but you don't do it because it feels uncomfortable. I want you to do that, all right? I want you to do that this week. I don't want you to wait until you feel ready. I want you to do it and let the confidence catch up, because that is how it grows. Even something as me talking on camera like I am now, you might just be listening or you might be watching, because this is because I share my podcasts on YouTube. It could be either way, but obviously too, I've been doing Facebook Lives for over a decade, right? When I first started talking to the camera, talking to the people on the other end of the camera, was I confident about what I was doing? Absolutely not, right? But I did it anyway. I learned how to do it the right way. I learned what the strategies are, and I started doing it. I got comfortable with being uncomfortable, and over time, I became comfortable with doing it. I will share every now and then I have a wobbly moment, but you know what? I still do it anyway. I show up anyway, because I know what I share with you all. You all will find something useful and helpful out of everything that I share. So over these last 3 episodes, I have covered 3 different topics: relationships, strategy, and mindset, all important for you to help you make more money in your direct selling or network marketing business. And here's what I want you to understand. It's not one of these on its own. It is the combination of all 3 things together that will help make a difference to the sales you are making in your direct selling or network marketing business, okay? Because when you build genuine relationships, when you use the right Facebook strategies, and when you develop a strong, resilient mindset, you stop hoping your business works and you start knowing that you are building something powerful, something that is going to make you happy, make you proud, and bring in more income and rewards for you as you move forward in your business. So if this series has made you reflect on where you might be holding yourself back, I want you to hear this clearly. You are capable of more. Okay, but growth requires a decision to show up, a decision to learn, and a decision to act before you feel fully confident. I want you to hear that, right? The women inside my world who are seeing results aren't special. Well, they are special. They're all beautiful, special people, but they are committed. Okay, what I want to say is that they are just like you. You are just like them, right? But they have committed to the process. They've committed to learning. They've committed to taking action. They are willing to stretch and they are willing to grow. And that is available to you too. And I hope that you decide to, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I appreciate you tuning in for this 3-part series. If you haven't listened to episodes 1 and 2 yet, you can go back and catch them up, because together they create this complete roadmap. I will see you next week with a new episode and a new topic. Remember to give me a thumbs up down below, share me with your friends, and if you have not already, subscribed to my YouTube channel to get my weekly podcast podcast. Don't worry, it's completely free. Do that today. Hit that little subscribe button. It just means you will find it very easy to find it very easy. It will be easier for you to find my episodes each week. All right, lovelies. Thanks for listening in, and I will catch you next time. Bye for now.